Hi everyone, this is Dr. Beth and welcome to another episode of The More You Know, Memory Issues. So this week we're going to talk about nutrition and what some of the changes that you can make in order to promote brain health. So we're going to start out with a fun fact. Our brain is only 2% of our body weight. 2%, right? Just two little guys. Yet it burns up to 25% of the calories we eat every single day. Our brain is really the only part of our body besides our heart that does not rest, okay? It is active all the time. So with this in mind, it's easy to see why what we eat, what we put in our bodies every single day can have a really big impact on our brain health. So the research on dementia and nutrition is quite clear. The most important thing that you can do is cut out meat and dairy products and processed foods, because all three of those things create an environment that accelerates the decline in our brain. What you need to do is cut those things out and replace them with a plant-based diet. So that's all your fruits, your veggies, your whole grains, your legumes, your beans, etc. Because this type of food creates an environment where the brain cells can thrive, and that's really what we want. So people will say, is meat really that bad? How bad could it be? The research tells us that meat eaters have 2 to 3 times more likely to develop dementia as they age. And why is that? So eating the standard American diet, that SAD diet, causes inflammation in the brain. And when we have inflammation in the brain, it attacks and destroys the cells. The second part about the SAD diet is that it clogs the arteries. These are the foods that have all of those animal cholesterols in them. They clog the arteries and they disrupt the healthy blood flow to the brain, which we learned in the last couple of weeks is so vital to maintain healthy brain cells. Instead, we need what's considered an anti-inflammatory diet, so a plant-based diet, because that's going to provide the best environment for our brain cells to grow, and it's going to minimize declines as we age. The other thing that I found was really important as I started reading more about diet and dementia in particular is the need to cut out refined sugars, okay? So that includes your white sugar, your brown sugar, high fructose corn syrup, if you're looking to really prevent and reverse some of the signs of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's has sometimes been called diabetes type 3 just because of the important role that sugar can play in deterioration of the brain. So the more sugar that's in the brain, the quicker you're going to see declines. By managing your sugar and limiting the amount of refined sugars that you take in, you're going to really help manage your body. So what's the difference between a refined sugar and a natural sugar? Well, natural sugar is anything that you find naturally in fruits or vegetables. It's unprocessed. Whereas a refined sugar has gone through processing so that they can make it easier to add to food, okay? So we expect to find sugars in sweet treats, donuts, cakes, cookies, all of those kinds of things. But what I think we don't often pay attention to is what is known as hidden sugars. So these are sugars that we eat every single day that we're not really aware of. And let me tell you some common sources of hidden sugars. They are salad dressings, barbecue sauces, other condiments like ketchup, sweetened drinks, processed foods, even some things that you might consider healthy like granolas and cereals, yogurt and crackers. Most of them have tons of added sugar, especially if it's a low fat option. They're replacing the fat with sugar to make it taste good. Then we look at what we drink every day. So coffees, teas, sodas, sports drinks, almost all of those have added sugars. So just make sure that you're paying attention, because the main source of increased sugar in our diet is actually what we drink and not what we eat. Again, the list goes on and on. So that's kind of my brief overview of nutrition and Alzheimer's. For a more in-depth look at everything, I would suggest reading The Alzheimer's Solution by Drs. Dean and Aisha Sherzai, and that's available at Dr. Beth's bookshelf. Thanks so much.